More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. Here we are, once again in the SEC Country studios in beautiful. Oh, no, I'm not there, am I? Why do I do that? I'm not there at all. I'm here. I'm here at the via the Atlanta SEC Country studios. Terp is back there. I got my man Connor Riley back there, so this should be an unmitigated disaster. Here we are in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge in beautiful West Point, Mississippi, downtown Point City. We've got the picture of Jack Crystal up here, Jackie Sherrill. We got everything going the right way. We got everything where we want it to be. Excuse me, I want to get my shot just right. There we go. Brandon Walker inside the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. What a day. What a team. I keep saying it. You keep saying it. This team continues to amaze. This Mississippi State baseball team continues to march right through the postseason, right through all the best teams in college baseball. Doesn't matter who's in the other dugout. All that matters is who's in the Mississippi State dugout as Mississippi State wins 12-2. And I was watching that game yesterday, and despite all the efforts of the announcers to make it a close game, despite them saying, oh, this is really a close game if you don't look at the score, it was freaking 12-2. Mississippi State dominates North Carolina. I was talking the other day after the win against Washington on Saturday night. I was talking about that, and I said, listen, it would be really nice if this team would just come out and win 8-0 or 11-2 and get rid of all the stress. And that's exactly what they did. Mississippi State destroys North Carolina, and they are in control. Mississippi State in control of the College World Series, or at least of our bracket on that side. North Carolina and Oregon State will play later today for the right to have to beat Mississippi State twice. Incredible turn of events, an incredible team. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything going on with Mississippi State baseball. We're going to move Thursday Throwback Trivia up to Wednesday today. I'll be back in the studio tomorrow. I'll be back in the SEC Country studio, so we'll be able to do our shots of Jack tomorrow. So I'm switching a shot of Jack, and I'm switching Thursday Throwback Trivia. So today it is Wednesday Throwback Trivia. We'll have that at the end of the show. We'll also talk about, what will we talk about? We'll talk about the baseball team yesterday, North Carolina. Obviously, the big story in sports right now is Mississippi State, or at least Mississippi State sports, is the way Mississippi State handled North Carolina and took control of this College World Series. Would you start Ethan Small or Jacob Billingsley or J.P. France on Friday night? I have an opinion on that in just a little bit. We'll talk about that. I got a little reality check for you. What is actually happening here? What is actually going on? You know, we get caught up in the moment. We get caught up in what's going on, and you could miss the bigger picture. I want to talk about the bigger picture in just a second today. And baseball not the only place where news is happening for Mississippi State. The best coach on campus during the best time ever to be a State fan right now, the best coach on campus got paid yesterday. He got his money, got his extension. Vic Schaefer gets extended by John Cohen. John Cohen doing work. He's out there looking for a baseball coach. He's out there doing play-by-play commentary, or he's doing color commentary for the baseball team. And, oh, by the way, he just signed the best coach on campus to an extension. And, again, at the end of the show, we will do the Thursday Throwback Trivia on a Wednesday. Let's see who's here. Earl Winter says, go Bulldogs, 3 more. Glenn Lowe says, rally cheese shaped like a banana. That's definitely a banana. That's definitely a banana. Hail State from Galveston, Texas says, Cherie Hobart. John Burnett says, Hail State from Jackson, Mississippi. Had to go south for work today. Good for you, John. Be careful. So is Henderson going to be head cheese next year, Craig Lowe? I don't know. Hello, Steve C. Thank you. Hi. Don't do that. Loudest bell I've ever heard. Hail State for Vic Schaefer says Melissa Kennard Bush. Hail State from Birmingham, Patricia Sumners. Hail State from Oxford, Mississippi. Ole Miss is at home again, Jawan Elliott. Hail State from Illinois, Ryan Campbell. So we're going to talk about all that. This run continues. This incredible team continues. Again, I am in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge in downtown Point City, Mississippi. So if you're in Point City, you can come up here. We're going to be here on the air for about 45 minutes, if you can make it. Patrick Ezel says, where'd you get the pics behind you? Patrick, this place is a museum of interesting Mississippi State art and pictures. I don't know if it'll be disorienting, but I'm going to pick up the camera right now and just go ahead and take you around there. But this place is incredible. You're not going to get on camera. Don't worry about it. This place is unbelievable with Mississippi State and Mississippi State art. The Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. here in Point City, Mississippi. Where's Point City? It's West Point, which is where I'm from, which is where I'm at right now as we do this show. Ronald Barnes says State will go all the way. Jay Hammer says, what about Schlossnagle apparently wanting to be reconsidered? He's talking about Jim Schlossnagle, the head coach of TCU, apparently wanting to be reconsidered for being Mississippi State's coach. His loss, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I say. If you had a chance and you decided to make a public play and say, oh, I'm going back to TCU, well, then take your butt back to TCU. Have fun. Kevin Wright says, did you find a house in Starkville yet? I did not. I have not done that. Finally back between gardening and yard work. Hard to make it, says Kay Anderson. Welcome back, Kay. Thank you for being here. Hail State from Long Beach, Mississippi. Laura Johnson. Hello, Laura. Got 153 people here right now. Again, we'll launch into the podcast in just a second. We'll go 2 more minutes. Pull hard for North Carolina tonight. Pitching will be decimated after a night for the Heels, says Wayne Randall. I don't get into the pitching decimated argument as much. This isn't a regional or super regional. I mean, there's multiple days between games. So I really think, and Carolina's pitching didn't get decimated yesterday. I think they only used 2 guys, maybe 3. So I don't think anybody's pitching is going to be decimated. No, nobody's pitching or entire staff or entire team is going to be as well rested and as charged as Mississippi State's. That's what you get by going 2-0. Hail State from Houston, Texas. John Holliday, hello. Hello, Joy Dees. Hail State from Ocean Springs, Jonathan Robichaux. We have our ace ready to go for Friday. Nick Stevens, thank you very much. Nick, I'm going to get to that. We have our ace ready for whenever we want to pitch our ace. Ethan Small is going to be ready to go whenever we want. Do we want him to pitch Friday? Do we want him to pitch Saturday? What do we want to do with our ace, Ethan Small? Do we want North Carolina or OSU? I say UNC. I don't think, Tim Murray, there's any choice. You'd rather play North Carolina than Oregon State. However, if we play Oregon State, I still feel really good about that. I'm at the point where I don't care who's in the other dugout. I just know our guys are winning baseball games. North Carolina used 6 pitchers in the first game, says Wayne Randall. Yeah, the first game was on Saturday. The first game was 4 days ago, and by the time we played, it would have been 6 days ago. So 6 pitchers used, and none of them pitched more than 30 pitches. So North Carolina's pitching staff is not in bad shape. Oregon State's pitching staff won't be in bad shape. Everybody's pitching staffs are going to be fine. Jared Mansour says, Brandon, are you flying the Chiquita girl to, I guess that's Chiquita Bananas, Chiquita girl to Omaha? Is there a Chiquita girl? I haven't seen her. Is she? Oh, really? You want to get that up on a Google search there? State grad class of 81, listening from Tennessee. I'm going to see what they're talking about with this Chiquita girl, and then I'll get right to the show. Hail State from Tupelo, Mississippi. Jimmy Belk. Hail State from James Douglas in Saudi Arabia. James Douglas, you are the furthest away today. We are international. International. Are you getting that Chiquita girl up on phone? It's taking you a little bit longer than I would have anticipated. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Whoa. Okay. So not only does she represent bananas, she also has a couple of melons. So anyway, we're gonna go. BW, just think our basketball girls got to go to the championship. Our men's basketball NIT, now our baseball team to the championship. Yeah, you're right. It's an incredible time to be on campus. I'm running behind. I got to get here. By the way, this Rally Dogs banana shirt, maroonandcompany.com. Go to Maroon and Company, check it out. I'll advertise Maroon and Company in just a second. Turk, I'm ready to start the podcast. So since I can't hear the music, I'm going to go ahead and pause for 3 seconds, and then I'll jump right into the podcast. Don't you ring that bell. Do not ring that bell. I'm going to ring this bell because this bell is not that loud. 3 second pause, then we'll get going. More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. I am Brandon Walker. I am him. We are, thank you, studio audience. We are ringing here on a Wednesday here in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge in beautiful West Point, Mississippi. We're surrounded by Mississippi State history here in this beautiful Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. I'm excited to be here, and why wouldn't you be excited? Why wouldn't you, as a State fan, be excited today as Mississippi State baseball continues a magical run, a crazy run, an insane run in Omaha? Mississippi State destroys North Carolina, hurts their feelings, just beats the hell out of North Carolina 12-2 on Tuesday. puts Mississippi State in control of their bracket, puts Mississippi State in the driver's seat to go back and possibly play for a national title for the second time in 5 years, and as a whole program for the fourth time in 5 years. Unbelievable what Mississippi State sports is right now. Unbelievable what Mississippi State is accomplishing. And this team that started off so badly, this team that started off with so much adversity, is now in control to play for a national title. We will talk about that. We will definitely get into what happened against North Carolina, what it means. We'll talk about, I'll give you a reality check, because I believe that we're kind of missing the forest for the trees right now. This incredible run kind of overshadows long-term what it looks like for Mississippi State baseball, and it looks pretty good. We'll have that. We'll talk about Carolina. I'll have a little video from from Terry Powell, I believe the Mississippi State fan that went up to Omaha and just absolutely nailed an interview with a local TV station. We'll discuss that. We're going to have Thursday Throwback Trivia today. We're going to do it today instead of tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be back in the SEC Country Studio in Atlanta. So we're going to do a shot of Jack tomorrow. Today we're going to move up Thursday Throwback Trivia. We'll have trivia at the end of the show. Now, let me run through some things. Facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. Facebook.com/The More Cowbell Show. That is my new Facebook page, my new launching point for this show. Please go like that page so that when we make the switch over from SEC Country on June 30th, you won't be lost. You'll know where the show is. You'll know where I am every single day. Hail State from Atlanta, says Glenn Duncan. Hello, Glenn Duncan. That's your guy, right? Hello, Glenn Duncan. So we're going to, let me go ahead and tell you, morecowbellshow@gmail.com, morecowbellshow@gmail.com. Please email me if you'd like a comment, if you'd like to talk to me, if you'd like to do anything. I will say this. Let me say this right now. I'm in West Point. I've been here trying to sell my show. I did sell a sponsorship yesterday, so go me. But I need a salesman. I need somebody who can help sell my vision of the show. I need somebody who can go out in Starkville, who's young, who's got ties to Starkville, who can go somewhere and sell my show. I'm offering 20% commission off anything that we sell. Please, if you are a salesman, you know a young salesman, you know somebody just wants to beat the bushes for me and go out there and make some money, morecowbellshow@gmail.com. Please email me and talk to me. Now, let's get right into it. Mississippi State, 12, North Carolina, 2. I don't know what to say anymore. Mississippi State is in the driver's seat, right where we were in 2013. We ended up having to beat Oregon State in 2013 to get to the championship series, and that might be exactly where we are again. Oregon State still lurking on that side. They played very well the other night, eliminating Washington. But North Carolina will play Oregon State. They've already beat them once. Whoever wins that game tonight will have to beat Mississippi State twice. You couldn't be in a better spot. You couldn't be in better shape. And it's because more heroes keep coming up for Mississippi State. You know, back in 2013, Renfro. I know there were other players like Frazier, but Renfro got a lot of hits. Last year, Rooker was the best hitter on the team, did so much for the team. This year, it's hero upon hero upon hero, and it doesn't matter who it is. How many teams can go to Omaha? How many teams can walk into Omaha and have their number 9 hitter, a freshman, hit a grand slam and a 3-run double, have 7 RBIs, tie the record for RBIs in the game? How many teams can do that? This team is truly, truly special. It doesn't matter who's up. 1 through 9, they're attacking. 1 through 9, they can hit the ball, they can get the big hit. 1 through 9, they have clutch ability. And Jordan Westberg yesterday is the star of the show. Grand slam in the 2nd inning, hits a 3-run double in the 7th inning, 3 hits, 7 RBIs, an incredible day for Jordan Westberg. Should we run down the list of heroes for this team just in the last 2 to 3 weeks? Elijah McNamee with 2 walk-off home runs. Jake Mangum has put Mississippi State ahead in the late innings multiple times. Luke Alexander with a walk-off against Washington. Now Jordan Westberg yesterday. It doesn't matter who it is. Somebody is going to jump up and save the day for Mississippi State. That is the mark of a championship team. You can't put Mississippi State down. Every time, even if you get Mangum, and he was 0 for 3 to start the game yesterday, you get Mangum, you get McNamee, you get all these players, there's Westberg. Westberg, the number 9 hitter, a freshman, to do what he did. It's incredible. The biggest thing to me, though, so far in Omaha, to me, and maybe I'm off base, or maybe you disagree, but to me, the biggest difference in Omaha, the biggest thing for Mississippi State right now is that pitching staff. I feel like in Tallahassee, I feel like in Nashville, the lineup is what got us to Omaha, but the pitching staff is what's got us in control in Omaha. The pitching staff is keeping us there. 18 innings against College World Series competition. 18 innings against Washington, against North Carolina. Mississippi State has given up 2 runs. A 1-0 shutout and a 12-2 victory. That is strong. It's the strongest pitching performance. It's the strongest whole staff pitching performance of anybody in Omaha yet. State's pitching staff has been better than anybody's. And it's just been incredible. Like I said, Nashville, Tallahassee, the lineup did a lot of it. The heroics in the lineup. But the pitching staff has come to play in Omaha. Ethan Small gave you exactly what you needed in Game 1. Connor Pilkington fought and battled and gave you exactly what you needed in Game 2. Cole Gordon shut the door because apparently Cole Gordon is Jonathan Papelbon in his prime all of a sudden. I don't know when this happened. But 18 innings against College World Series competition, 2 runs allowed. Unbelievable what this pitching staff has done. And the lineup continues to hit. The lineup continues to be clutch. Listen, it's 4-2 in the 8th yesterday. We don't know how that game's going to go. We don't know how that game's going to go. But you get Mississippi State in one of their last at-bats, boom, 8 runs, that game's over. 8 runs, that game is over. And can I say one? I want to editorialize for just a second. I have tried to give ESPN my patience. I've tried to give them my confidence. And I will say Ben McDonald and his announcing group is very good. The one we had yesterday against North Carolina was god-awful. It was embarrassing. Eduardo Perez, I think Kyle Peterson, Carl Ravitch. Why do they continue to put guys who cover Major League Baseball into the College World Series? Give me somebody who lives college baseball. Give me Ben McDonald who does college baseball all year because they know what they're talking about. And they can ad-lib and they can take what happens and contextualize it. These guys talk about whatever. And I remember Carl Ravitch saying yesterday, after Mississippi State took a 12-2 lead, he said, boy, if you looked at this score, you'd think it was all Mississippi State. Carl, it was 12-2. It was all Mississippi State. I just don't understand. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox about the ESPN announcers. Carl Ravitch, he's a great announcer for Major League Baseball. He's terrible for college baseball. So now Mississippi State in control, right? Play Friday, 2 o'clock against either Oregon State or North Carolina. But the question now becomes, what do you do? Ethan Small gave you what you wanted on Saturday. Connor Pilkington did it yesterday. How do you keep that going? You've got 2 chances to win 1 game. If you need 2 chances, you got 2 chances to win 1 game to play for a national title. Now, do you go with Small? Do you go with your ace? Do you try to knock out the team in the opener? Do you try to go ahead and do it? Or do you pitch Jacob Billingsley, maybe J.P. France, maybe a combination of those 2, and pitch those guys and only use Ethan Small on Saturday if you're backed up into a corner? I can see both arguments, and I know there are a lot of State fans. I think it's 50-50 on what you want to do. My personal opinion is don't mess with the run. Don't mess with the momentum. You've won so many games in a row. I think you're 11-3 since Florida came to town. You're 2-0 in Omaha. Put your best out there and win the game. Put your best out there on Friday. Put Ethan Small out there on Friday and win that game. Don't even think about trying to worry about a second game on Saturday. Put Ethan Small out there and win it. That is what I say. I understand the argument you say, put Billingsley out there, put France out there, give Small an extra day of rest. But if you do that, and you win on Saturday, that's great. But Ethan Small is now done for the College World Series. I feel like if you pitch him on Friday, and let's say you get to the championship series and it goes to a Game 3 on Wednesday, I think you can pitch him again. So I would pitch him on Friday. I'm going with Ethan Small. I'm firing my best bullet, but I understand if you disagree with me. One last thing I want to talk about before I get to the reality check. This State fan, there are a lot of, there are thousands of State fans in Omaha, as there always are. But the local TV always gets amazed that so many State fans are come there. Did they have to sell their double-wide trailer? Who's watching the pigs down on the farm, stuff like that. So this Omaha TV station interviewed this one State fan, Terry Powell, I believe is his name. And Terry, I don't know if you've ever watched the show, listened to the show, follow me on Twitter or whatever, but I salute you because this performance was magnificent. Let's roll that video.
Not dampen the spirits for the fans of this morning's College World Series game.
The sacrifices that we personally made to be here are incredible. My wife's boyfriend sold his prosthetic leg on Craigslist to afford me the opportunity to be here, but they get alone time, and I get a chance to be in Omaha.
Terry Powell.
Man, Man, oh man. I am somebody who has kind of built a show on deadpan humor and saying the funny things. That might be the best deadpan I've ever seen. Terry Powell with that straight-laced, straight-faced answer to that question. Terry Powell, I salute you. This is water, but I still salute you. Pretend it's something else. Reality check. Mississippi State is one game away from playing for a national title. I want you to think about this. Usually, when a team gets to Omaha, 2013, a very good example, or when a team gets close to a national championship, this year's women's basketball team, for example, it is the end of building. It is, you have built up, you have built up, you have built up, and now you're playing for a championship with juniors and seniors, and if you win or if you lose, you might have to reload next year, unless you're Alabama football, and then you just have those guys every single year. But most teams build up to a crescendo, compete for a title, and then start gradually rebuilding again. Mississippi State is one game from a playing for a national title, and they are on the way up. This isn't the end of a build. This is the beginning. This is the start. This isn't the end of something. This is the very genesis of what Mississippi State is going to become. They're driven by freshmen, 6 freshmen playing meaningful innings. Other guys, even the ones who aren't freshmen, are going to be back. Jake Mangum, the best player on the team, he'll be back next year. I just think this is getting glossed over because we either talk about State and Omaha or who's going to be the coach. And what we don't talk about enough is this entire team, outside of a couple of guys, are coming back next year. This entire team is coming back. And this run has been incredible, and they're going to get to do it again. The banana thing is great. We're all having fun, but this isn't the end of something. So many times the big runs are at the end of something. This is the beginning. 6 freshmen, Westberg, Bosque, Tanner Allen, Rowdy Jordan, Jordan Anderson, Josh Hatcher. They're all freshmen. Now you got Skelton, a sophomore, who's coming into his own as a hitter. He's finally getting it back there. He isn't playing well defensively. He isn't playing that well, but offensively is getting. McNamee, the hero, 8 home runs since May 1st. He's coming back. Alexander, a hero multiple times. He's probably coming back. Jake Mangum has already announced he's coming back. Ethan Small could be back. He has emerged as your ace. The coaching situation, and I know there's people on Facebook Live saying, do you think Henderson's going to be the coach? I don't know. No matter who it is, no matter who the coach is, no matter what happens in the next week, whoever coaches Mississippi State next year is going to inherit a team that finished in the top 4 in the country. A team that finished no worse than tied for 3rd in the country that brings nearly everyone back. We look forward as an athletic program. Everybody's coming back in football. Everybody's coming back in men's basketball. Almost everybody's coming back in baseball. And Vic Schaefer, the best coach in school history at women's basketball, is building another program or building another team to go back to the Final Four. It's never been a better time than right now to be a Mississippi State fan across the board. And baseball has announced its presence with authority this year, and it's only going to get better. Vic Schaefer, I mentioned him. He is the best coach on campus right now, and it is currently the best time ever to be a Mississippi State fan, and he's the best coach on campus during that time. Probably outside of Gino, he could be the second best women's basketball coach in the country. He is now enjoying the fruits of that labor. Robbie Falk tweeted out yesterday that Vic Schaefer has signed an extension with Mississippi State until 2022. That's a 4-year extension. The best coach on campus, the best team on campus over the last couple of years. They get paid. Mississippi State's Vic Schaefer. Nobody deserves it more than this guy. You know, Mississippi State baseball is here playing for a national title, but they've been here before. They've been here before. Mississippi State football has gone up and down. Mississippi State men's basketball has gone up and down. Mississippi State women's basketball was never anything until this guy showed up, and now it is a perennial national title contender. We don't know the financials of it. We don't know the money. We just know he's gotten extended, and quote, unquote, he is one of the highest paid coaches in women's basketball history right now. That is deserved, and good job by John Cohen to get this thing locked up, to get Vic Schaefer locked up till 2022. Fantastic. How could you be anything but happy for Vic Schaefer, who not only wins, who not only goes out and competes for championships, but I believe represents Mississippi State exactly how we want to be represented. Fantastic job by Cohen and Schaefer. Throwback trivia, we usually do it on Thursday. We're going to do it today because I'm going to do a shot of Jack tomorrow when I'm back in the SEC Country Studios. Number 1, this is All-time Mississippi State trivia. I got 4 questions. They're all baseball today. Number 1, who was Mississippi State's first opponent in its first College World Series game ever? In 1971, who was Mississippi State's first opponent in the College World Series? Let's see what we got. See if we got some answers. Taylor Zane Knott says, are you headed to Omaha? I'm thinking about it. If we go to the championship series, I'm going to figure out a way to get up there. Georgia Southern is not correct. Neither is Texas. Michael Wright. John Holiday said Georgia Southern. Texas, Brad Griffith. No, that is not correct. This is what people are Googling right now. They're trying to figure it out. Tulane, very, very close. Very close. Stanford, no. ULA, no. UCLA, also no. Don Morgan. Tulane, no. That's what's that? Still no. Still no in Tulane. No Maryland, although Maryland is would be an opponent that would be easy to beat. North Carolina, no. Oklahoma State, also no. All right, I think I stumped them right out of the gate, Steve. I think I got them. Texas, Washington, Oklahoma State, LSU, no. I'll go ahead and tell you the answer before we get started. The first opponent Mississippi State ever played in the College World Series, Tulsa. The Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Tulsa is who Mississippi State played in its first College World Series game ever. Now you know the answer. Tulsa. Number 2. Mississippi State beat Oregon State to advance to the College World Series Championship Series in 2013. Excuse me. They beat them in the elimination game. And the next game we play, that's when they beat them. What was the score of that game? This one's easy, guys. What was the score of Mississippi State beating Oregon State to advance to the championship series back in 2013? Did you get Hey Dad unblocked? No, Kevin Wright, I didn't. I didn't figure that out. Did not figure that out. Randy Stone says, I love your show. Thank you. John Holiday with the first correct answer. The first answer is the correct answer. Derek Whitford also says it. 4-1. Mississippi State 4, Oregon State 1. Hunter Renfroe with a 3-run home run to help win that game. Mississippi State beats Oregon State to continue on to the championship series. Number 3. Which two Bulldogs, which 2 former Mississippi State players share the school record for Major League Baseball All-Star Game appearances? Which 2 Bulldogs share the school record for Major League Baseball All-Star Game appearances? They both appeared in 6 All-Star games. I see Shane Whalen has joined. Shane, I want you to message me or email me at morecowbellshow@gmail.com. I got a question for you I'd like to ask you. So hello, Shane. Welcome, and you get a personalized email from the Brandon Walker. Connie Walters has half the answer. Will Clark is correct. Anthony Covington says Thigpen and Clark, no. Clark and Palmero, no. Jay Hammers with the correct answer. Will Clark and Jonathan Papelbon each have gone to 6 All-Star games. Will Clark and Papelbon each have gone to 6 All-Star games. Palmero, only 4. So Palmero is not one of the answers. It is Papelbon and it is Will Clark, both with 6 All-Star games. And number 4, last question today. In 1990, Mississippi State tied the College World Series record for most runs in 1 inning. Most runs in 1 inning. Mississippi State tied it in 1990. How many runs did they score in that inning? How many runs? The opponent was Georgia Southern. Mississippi State won 15-1. It was their second game in Omaha that year. Connor Riley says 69. Nice, but no. Matt McBrayer, first answer is the correct answer. In 1990, Bobby Strickland has it as well, so does Jay Hammers. In 1990, Mississippi State, in the first inning against Georgia Southern, scored 11 runs. So it's taken 11-0 lead. 11 runs is the most anybody's ever scored in an inning in the College World Series. We got close yesterday. State scored 8 in the 8th, but 11 runs, the most Mississippi State's ever scored in the College World Series in an inning. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shut the podcast down. I'm going to go ahead and finish that part of it, but I'll stay here. I'm in the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. If you guys have any questions, please ask me. Please, we'll continue this. I swear, if you ring that bell, man, that's the loudest bell I've ever seen. My name is Brandon Walker. You've been listening to More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country. Okay. So, I'm wearing my Rally Dog shirt I got from Maroon & Company yesterday. Maroon & Company on Highway 12 in Starkville. We got a lot of new banana shirts. I was there yesterday. I talked to them. They got about 3 or 4 nice new designs that they're getting in. They're online right now. Go to maroonco.com and check it out. I appreciate that. It's the best place to get Mississippi State gear. I'm probably going to go over there this afternoon again just to hang out. So please check out Maroon & Company. Loudest you've ever seen, says Sam Hamwich. Let me see the bell. Give me the bell. I didn't say the longest bell. I said the loudest bell. I didn't say the longest bell. I said the loudest bell. I just want to do something here. All right, that was my bell. And this is the bell brought here by Steve C. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That is awful. Brian Haydad, heavy breathing into the mic on the B&B show is annoying, says Cody Duncan. I love Adele at Maroon & Company, says Stephanie Malone Ford. Yeah, I like them too. Earl Winter, are you moving to Starkville? I'm thinking about it. I would love to be able to be living in Starkville by the time football season gets here. Battle Bell, yeah, that is the Battle Bell, right? That's what that is. I have a Battle Bell. Mine isn't that loud though. I think yours is mine's better looking. You sure? How is it that Vanilla Ice is on the same wall as Jack? Why wouldn't he be, man? It's two great Americans. Two great Americans. If Henderson wins it all, how do we say no? I would love to have that. I would love to have that conundrum. I hope we have to make that decision. If Henderson wins it all, I would love to be able to face that problem. To answer your question, I don't know. I don't know how you say no to a guy that wins a national title, nor would I say no to a national title. Ron Polk never won it. John Cohen never won it. Nobody in the history of Mississippi State sports has ever won it. So I would not be on board with letting the coach go who did win it. So if he wins it all, I'd walk him into his office the next day. Go LSU, says Chris Bell. He's not well. Chris is not well. How do I get a Battle Bell? Terry Banks, it's going to cost you a significant amount of money. No, battlebell.com, I think. Battlebells.com or battlebell.com. Check it out. They're very good. They're phenomenal cowbells. At some point, you have to realize the coaching hire is building for the future. So is that Henderson, John Holiday? I don't know. I don't know. The baseball season ends either Tuesday or Wednesday. As soon as somebody wins 2 games in the championship series, baseball season is over. When Mississippi State is out of the College World Series, I will then worry about who should be the coach. Right now, I don't want to mess with the mojo of this team. I don't want to think about it. Mississippi State is, they're playing for a national title. Worry about the coach later. Chris Bell, an LSU fan. Well, it's nice of him. I guess this time of year for an LSU fan, they have to watch my show because their team's not in the College World Series. They're not doing anything right now. It's the offseason right now for LSU, and all they have to look forward to is Ed Orgeron coaching their football team. So welcome, Chris Bell. I understand why you're here. Are you hearing Schlossnagle is back in the running? Probably murdered the spelling. No, you got it right, Daniel Martin. You got it right. Which is better, the Battle Bell or the lefty? I have both. I love them both. It's a very political answer. LSU needed a breather this year, says Chris Bell. Yeah, well, they got one, a mouth breather. He coaches their football team. Are you hearing Schlossnagle is back in the running? I have heard the same thing that you guys have heard. Here's the thing about this coaching search, and I've told you many times, and I'll tell you again. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything. Steve Robertson, David Murray, Brian Haydad, Brandon Walker, none of us know anything. We don't know anything more than you know. And that's just the truth. John Cohen has kept it straight, right in line, right close to the vest, and I don't know who the coach is going to be. I don't know where he's landing. What did you have at Anthony's? Thank you, Lynn Rhodes Gilmer. I had the ribeye. I had the ribeye along with some andouille sausage and Gouda cheese bites. The appetizer, I told you they were good, didn't they? They were delicious. Yeah. A banana got us in here. A banana will get us out, says Candy Solis Williams. You're right. Going to Starkville tomorrow to order a painted cowbell for my son's groom's table for a November wedding in Florida. He wants an MSU table, and I plan to deliver. Deborah Chance, plenty of cowbells at Maroon & Company. I'd tell you they're going. I'll get you a discount if you'd like. John Cohen, the sensei, says Kevin Wright. So what else you guys want to talk about? I'm in Starkville right now. I'm in West Point right now, but I'm being in Starkville this afternoon. If any of you want to do business together, that'd be good. When does Ole Miss play again? I believe Ole Miss baseball plays again in February, Daniel Terry, sometime in February, which is when they'll play a terrible non-conference schedule. They'll pump their chest. They'll say how good they are. They'll say how awesome they are, and then they'll get beat mid-major in their own regional and claim that mid-major as a major league team. The worst part of coming up to Omaha is having to drive back, still in BFE, a.k.a. Missouri, says Raleigh Cadenhead. I love banana pudding, says Chris Bell. I also love banana pudding. Banana pudding, my favorite dessert. Already was, but now I'm really there. So I'm guessing you aren't making the trip to Omaha with Andy Cannizaro. I don't know. Is Cannizaro going to Omaha? I didn't check the parking lot of the Pony to see if his car was there.
He may blow into town.
He may blow into. I wouldn't hire Schlossnagle for publicly saying he took his name out of the hat. Keon DeJuan Nettles, I understand where you're coming from. I don't like the optics of hiring a guy that pulled his name out of the hat, especially over Gary Henderson, who's driven you to the College World Series. However, John Cohen knows baseball. He knows baseball more than I know it. And if he decides Schlossnagle is the guy, you don't let optics get in the way of hiring the right coach. Tear stains on the powder blue unis again this year. Yes, and you're correct, Steve C. Just got back from Omaha, 2 great wins. Alan Knight, fantastic. Somebody's messaging me. Got to get done with the show before I can take messages, but I appreciate whoever it was. All right, 6 more minutes. Did he pull his name out of the hat, though? Well, I saw pull out. I thought it was a Cannizaro question. Did he pull his name out of the hat, though? I think he did. I think, he announced he was going back to TCU. Jim Schlossnagle announced he was going to stay at TCU, and now 2 weeks later we're in Omaha, and rumors are circulating that Schlossnagle wants back in. I don't like the vision. I don't like the optics of that. I don't like allowing a guy who publicly came out and said, I don't want to be your coach, to then be interviewed to be the coach. But again, I am an emotional fan. I'm not an athletic director. John Cohen can't let optics or emotion get in his way. If he thinks Schlossnagle would be the guy, he needs to go ahead and try to make him the guy. But I'm guessing doing that tells you he's not the guy. My kids just got back from Omaha this morning, Karen Morgan DeWeese. It's always fun to beat the ACC. Danny E. Pinter, yeah, we've beat the ACC to sleep in the last couple of weeks. Hire Henderson and give Gotro a fat raise, says Kevin Brazil. Yeah, I don't like some of the ideas that are getting kicked around. I don't like some of them. Like some people say, hire Henderson on a 2-year contract and make Gautreau the coach in waiting. I hate that idea. That's a terrible idea. You don't hire a guy on a 2-year contract ever. You don't hire a guy and say, 2 years later you're out. If you're going to hire him for 2 years, don't hire him at all. I think it'll be Tadlock, says Junior Ray. He's talking about the coach of Texas Tech. Texas Tech, I believe they play in the winner's bracket in just a second, or right now. They're on right now. They're playing Arkansas. So the winner of that game is going to be in very good shape on the other side of the bracket, and Mississippi State in good shape on our side of the bracket. One thing is certain, if you're hearing something, it's not true, says Jamie Rogers. That's a good point. Everything everybody's heard in this whole coaching search has turned out to be nothing. All right, what else we got? What if he was told that by Cohen to let us focus on the team right now, says Kevin Stewart? I guess that's possible, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would Cohen tell any coach anything? Why would Cohen tell anybody to publicly say you're going back to TCU? Because that puts the optics in play, and Cohen is not pulling the string on that. Arkansas and Texas Tech hasn't started yet, and a rain delay. This College World Series might last until August. It's raining every day. Can I say something? And I've said it before. I understand it's in the middle. It's in the middle of the country. But why does Omaha get the College World Series every year? Why don't they move it around? That's my question. You save money, but I believe if you put it in a bid situation, I believe if you put it in a bid, you're telling me Atlanta wouldn't want to host it? You're telling me teams like the Southeast, close to all these big money, you're telling me New Orleans wouldn't want to host it? I mean, somebody would want to host it. And we get up there in Omaha, and this is the rainy part of the year in Omaha where they get storms every day. I just don't understand it. They signed a contract to build that new stadium, says Michael Wright. Tradition is meaningless to me. I know they signed a contract, and I know that's why technically we're locked into it, but why did Omaha get it? I just feel like you could make it better, a better national event if it weren't in Omaha, Nebraska. Pearl, Aberdeen, Mississippi would host it possibly. Sturgis would be a good place. Where? Yeah, where? Cohen did say that he would not announce it until the coach's season is over. Tadlock is still playing, says Junior Ray. Yeah, I just don't see us getting another coach. Like, Tadlock is possibly going to win a national title this year. I'm just not sure Tadlock is the guy. I was just about to say the same thing. It needs to move somewhere indoors, says Keon to One Nettles. Shannon Lisenby says middle of the country, equally far away from everyone. That's not really true, Shannon Lisenby. I mean, I know it technically is, but a lot of the teams, like teams up north, like Minnesota, North Dakota, Michigan, none of those teams are playing in Omaha. None of those teams in the northern part of the Big Ten are close enough. None of the teams in the Northeast are going to Omaha. So, I don't know. I feel like most of your teams that every year, most of your fan bases that want to come up there are down south. It would be nice. What if Dallas hosted it? You know? How many fans from Arkansas would be there? Of course, fans from Arkansas State and Texas are there now. Cincinnati would host, says Jim Call. I think he's in Cincinnati. Mark Wilson says, why not Mississippi? I believe that's in Lauderdale County. I might be wrong. John Cohen is smarter than anyone hosting or listening to this podcast. Just chill out and trust him and enjoy the ride. I agree, Chad Mask. He is smarter than me. He is smarter than you. He is smarter. Maybe he's not smarter, but he knows more about baseball and knows more about this coaching hire than any of us put together. Needs to be in a better place to fly to, says Kevin Wright. They're not going to move Omaha. They're not going to move the College World Series. It's going to be there forever. But I always wonder why Omaha gets it. And the College World Series in softball is in Oklahoma City. You're wrong. Baseball is tradition. I know you're a basketball guy, but don't mess with baseball tradition. Tradition is they moved out of Rosenblatt in like 5 minutes. They were always there, and they moved out of there for a bigger place in like 5 minutes. Tradition's medition, as far as I'm concerned. Love West Point. How about they play in Pearl? Why not? Go anywhere. Go anywhere. It'll be in Omaha forever. It's just an off-topic conversation. An off-topic conversation. I mean, it's a crazy far drive for everyone instead of the close drive for a few of the powers we would expect to be there. Good question. Why is no one asking whether Henderson will get the head coach position? Kenny Manning? That's a good question. I don't know why nobody ever asked. Why shouldn't Henderson get the coaching position?
Never comes up.
It's all about the money, says Jim Call. I feel like the money would be bigger elsewhere. I really do. Ackerman is bigger than Sturgis. I did know that. Plus, you could have team meals at Pap's place. They don't rob you. They just feed your belly. Man, oh. So we're at 12:30. Turp, give me the signal. Are you ready to give me the signal? This isn't LeBron who leaves after losing 2 championships at a city. Jay Hammers. I never said it was LeBron. I never said it was anybody. Omaha. Like, that's so far away. Who are the figurines behind you? MSU alum? All right. So,
There's a little dog.
okay. Well, let's start with these. That's Will Clark. That's Rafael Palmeiro. For some reason, that's Cal Ripken Jr. I have no idea what Cal Ripken Jr. is up there. Well, that's Freddie Krueger and Jason Voorhees. That's the 85 team. That's Jackie Sherrill. That's Jack Crystal. And these are old programs. And this is my favorite picture in here. The great Houston Nutt. The great Houston Nutt, legendary Ole Miss coach. That's my favorite picture in here. Columbus is better than West Point. Fake news. You are fake news. Does Gary want the job seriously? I don't know. I do not know. I would assume so. Like everybody says that I don't think he wants the job. My question to you is, why wouldn't he want the job? If you're making, I don't know what he's making. Let's say he's making $300,000. If you're making $300,000 a year and a job is open in front of you that makes $1.5 million a year, you're going to say no? You're like, no, I don't want that. I'm sure he wants it. I feel pretty confident he does want it. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I'll be back in the SEC Country studio tomorrow. I'll be back there to do a shot of Jack. I'll be back there to do everything We always do. Is there a picture of Dak? There's not a picture of Dak. There's a wall of Dak. There is a wall of Dak here at the SE at More Cowbell. Where are we? The Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. There is a wall of Dak here at Time to Wrap. Thank you very much, sir. There's a wall of Dak here at the Brandon Walker Smoking Lounge. My name is Brandon Walker. We're going to end it here. Thank you for being here. We'll be back tomorrow in the SEC Country Studios. You've been watching More Cowbell, the Mississippi State podcast presented by SEC Country.